Ford has made some big updates to its smallest truck, and we'll get into all the details. Let's go deep on the 2025 Ford Maverick. We'll be talking all the trim levels and options available and giving you all the information you'll want to know so you can figure out exactly which one is perfect for you. Make sure to stick around to the end to see our top picks and which Maverick trim we'd recommend. When the Maverick was first introduced in 2021, Ford immediately had a hit on their hands. A low starting price, great fuel economy, and tons of thoughtful utility in a handsome package that doesn't immediately scream economy car masquerading as a truck has turned out to be a recipe for success. Moving to the 2025 model, this little truck is getting a lot of big upgrades. The most obvious to the casual onlooker is a smartly refreshed exterior. The front bumper, grille, and dark appearance standard LED headlights are all new to the design, and higher trims will feature LED projector headlamps and LED signature accent lighting for an even more distinct look. Plus, we'll see different grille designs across the various trims. Stepping inside, we'll see some differences as well. The most obvious will be the standard Sync 4 13.2-inch touchscreen replacing the previous 8-inch screen. You'll also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard fare, and higher trims and packages can get you even more, like a 360 overhead camera and towing assists. The Tremor, which was previously an optional package, is now its own trim level, and we also get this all-new Lobo trim, which is undoubtedly unique. Those interested in the hybrid model will now be able to add all-wheel drive, and an optional towing package can increase the max rating to 4,000 pounds on gas and hybrid models alike, excluding the Tremor, giving those who may have rejected the idea of the Maverick being a worthy truck even more to grapple with. Under the hood, you'll have two distinct engine offerings. The first will be a 2.5-liter hybrid engine rated at 191 horsepower. Standard on XL, XLT, and Lariat trims, this will compare with an eCVT and should deliver fuel economy that will delight many wallets. By default, this setup will just power the front wheels on the XL and XLT trims, but as mentioned earlier, you can now opt for all-wheel drive, which will add $2,220 to those models or come standard on the Luxe Lariat trim. The more enthusiastic option will be a 2-liter 4-cylinder Ecoboost rated at 238 horsepower. This will come standard on the Lobo and Tremor, but can be optioned on the other trims. All Mavericks equipped with a 2-liter turbo will come standard with all-wheel drive, and swap the CVT for an 8-speed automatic transmission, with the exception of the Lobo, which actually features a 7-speed quick-shift transmission with paddle shifters. Obviously, fuel economy will take a pretty big hit compared to the hybrid, but up to an estimated 30 miles per gallon on the highway is not bad at all. While all-wheel drive comes standard with the EcoBoost, an advanced all-wheel drive system will be standard on the new for 2025 Lobo and Tremor trims, which borrows a twin-clutch torque vectoring rear differential from the Bronco Sport Badlands. Unlike what most would consider a traditional truck, the Maverick utilizes unibody construction. Suspension will be an independent McPherson strut setup in the front, while in the rear, front-wheel drive models will utilize a twist beam suspension, while all-wheel drive models will feature independent multi-link trailing arm suspension. Standard ground clearance for the Maverick is 8.1 inches on front-wheel drive hybrid models and 8.3 inches for all-wheel drive models, with the Tremor adding a small lift for 9.1 inches, and the sporty Lobo trim slightly lowered with a 7.4-inch ground clearance. Max payload ratings for most configurations will be 1,500 pounds. Adding all-wheel drive to the hybrid models will reduce that to 1,400 pounds, and the Tremor will only be rated at 1,140 pounds. Max towing will be 2,000 pounds standard unless you opt for the 4K tow package to double that to 4,000 pounds. Though this is not available on the Tremor or Lobo, likely due to the more specialized torque vectoring rear differential, and all-wheel drive will be required. On the outside, all Mavericks will get standard LED headlights, a black tailgate handle for the multi-position tailgate, a cargo lamp, flex bed storage system, two standard pre-wired 12-volt electrical leads, an easy fuel capless fuel filler, remote keyless entry leading to the inside, where you'll have seating for 5 with rear under-seat storage bins accessed through the flip-up seat cushions on the rear bench, which also features folding rear seat backs. You'll also have standard power door locks and power windows, and a rotary gear shift dial to make the best use of space inside. For connectivity, you'll have a standard 13.2-inch center touchscreen with Sync 4, which includes wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, Sirius satellite radio, and a Bluetooth connection. You'll get 2 front USB ports, one Type A and one Type C, and an 8-inch digital gauge cluster. Standard safety features will include auto on-off and auto high-beam headlights, an electric parking brake, electronic power-assisted steering, 4-wheel disc brakes with anti-lock braking system, driver and passenger front and side airbags, safety canopy side curtain airbags, a driver knee airbag, smart occupant sensing airbags, center rear seat shoulder belt, driver and passenger height adjustable retractable seat belts, lower anchors and tethers for child seats, secure lock passive anti-theft system, a tire pressure monitoring system, anti-theft engine immobilizer, pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, and a rear view camera. Getting to the trim levels, we'll start with the base XL, the more robust XLT, followed by the new for 2025 sport-focused and stylish Lobo trim, then the sophisticated Lariat trim, and last, the specialized and rugged Tremor trim. We'll start with the entry-level XL trim, starting at a base MSRP of $28,145 with the hybrid engine and front-wheel drive. Opting for the 2-liter Ecoboost will very slightly bump the price and include all-wheel drive for $28,270. Adding all-wheel drive to the hybrid model will add $2,220. In addition to the base features, the XL will give you 17-inch steel wheels with sparkle silver painted covers, a mini spare tire, LED reflector headlamps, a black mesh grille with a black surround, black door handles and mirror caps, manual folding, manually adjustable side mirrors, a manual tailgate lock, 6 bed tie downs, and a fixed rear window with privacy glass. Inside, you'll get a basic black steering wheel with manual tilt and telescoping, 1 touchdown driver window, manual single zone air conditioning, cruise control, a keyed ignition, cloth seats, a manual 6-way adjustable driver's seat, and a 4-way manually adjustable passenger seat, rear passenger side map pocket, 1 12-volt power point in the rear, and a 6-speaker audio system. While there are plenty of additional standalone options and accessories on the Maverick, major option packages for the XL will include the Ford Copilot 360 for $795. This will add pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking that includes pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and dynamic brake support, blind spot monitoring with cross traffic alert, cross traffic brake assist, a lane keeping system that includes a lane keeping alert, lane keeping aid, and driver alert, a reverse sensing system, and post collision braking. If you opt for the Ford Copilot 360 package, you will get manual folding power adjustable side mirrors with the blind spot monitors. You can also add the 4K tow package for $745. This will include a trailer brake controller, a Class 3 trailer hitch that's a 2-inch receiver with 4-pin and 7-pin connectors, transmission oil cooler, a higher capacity radiator that's only on the gas engine, upgraded cooling fan, and a conventional 17-inch spare tire as opposed to the mini spare tire. To add the 4K tow package, you will be required to have all-wheel drive. Exterior color options on the XL will include Shadow Black, Oxford White, Carbonized Gray Metallic, Desert Sand, Velocity Blue, Space White Metallic, or Eruption Green. Your only interior option on the XL will be a black onyx and medium dark slate cloth interior. Next, let's move up to the XLT trim with a starting MSRP of $30,645. That's standard hybrid with front-wheel drive, just like the XL. The Ecoboost all-wheel drive configuration will add just over $800 to $31,465, and hybrid all-wheel drive will start at $32,865. Building on the features of the XLT will add 17-inch carbonized gray painted aluminum wheels, power side mirrors, a power tailgate lock, a 2K trailer hitch receiver with a 4-pin connector, cubby storage in the bed, 10 bed tie downs, intelligent access with a push button start, unique cloth seats, a rear center armrest with integrated cup holders, wiper activated LED headlamps, and a perimeter anti-theft alarm. Additional option packages for the XLT, you can add a power moonroof for $995. You can also add that same Ford Copilot 360 package for $795, which again includes pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, also with pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and dynamic brake support. The blind spot with cross traffic alert, cross traffic brake system, a lane keeping system, which includes lane keeping alert, lane keeping aid, and driver alert, a reverse sensing system, and post collision braking. You can also choose to add an XLT luxury package for $1,890. This will give you an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat and a 6-way manually adjustable passenger seat. This will give you a 400-watt inverter in the cab plus one in the bed with a USB console in the rear, heated side mirrors with painted black skull caps, LED box lighting, heated seats, a soft vinyl wrapped heated steering wheel, and a remote start system. If you do choose to opt for that XLT luxury package on the Ecoboost model, you can also add an FX4 off-road package for $800. This will include unique 17-inch aluminum wheels, a full-size spare tire, all-terrain tires, exposed front tow hooks, an FX4 off-road box decal, a higher capacity radiator, hill descent control, an off-road screen in the instrument cluster, performance suspension. You'll get some selectable drive modes, including slippery, eco, normal, sport, tow haul, and off-road. You'll get skid plates and also an upgraded cooling fan. This is not available, however, with the black appearance package. If you do want the black appearance package, that will be $1,645. That will give you 19-inch black painted aluminum wheels, a black edition hood decal, black edition Ford logo, which is just black and white front and back, a black painted roof, a unique gloss black grille, black painted mirrors, black seats on the inside, and some different interior accents. You can also not get the black appearance package with the shadow black exterior paint. You can also add the 4K tow package to the XLT for $745. Again, this will include a trailer brake controller, Class 3 trailer hitch with a 2-inch receiver with a 4 and 7 pin connector, a transmission oil cooler, a higher capacity radiator on the gas model, upgraded cooling fan, and a full-size spare tire. Exterior color options on the XLT will include shadow black, Oxford white, carbonized gray, desert sand, velocity blue, space white, eruption green. For an additional $390, you can choose ruby red, and for an additional $495, you can choose azure gray. Your interior color will be navy pear and aspen gray cloth, or if you opt for that black appearance package, you will get black onyx. All right, let's talk the Lobo trim, starting at $35,930 with a 2-liter Ecoboost and all-wheel drive as your only drivetrain and powertrain options. From the Lobo trim forward, you'll add LED projector headlamps with LED signature accent lighting, LED tail lamps, a power 8-way adjustable driver's seat with power lumbar, and a 6-way manual adjustable passenger seat. You'll get rear mat pockets on the back of the driver and passenger seat. Blind spot monitoring with cross traffic alert will be included, as well as intelligent adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keeping aid, and lane centering. Some Lobo specific bits will include that 7-speed quick shift transmission with paddle shifters, upgraded front brakes with 2-piston calipers, a larger brake rotor, and higher friction brake pads. You'll get ActiveX trimmed seats with grabber blue and electric lime stitching details and the embossed Lobo lettering. You'll get the Lobo specific vertical front grille, and you'll also get the painted black skull caps on the mirrors. With the Lobo, you can opt for the Lobo High 702A equipment package. That's going to be an initial $5,495, and it will add a 400-watt inverter that's going to give you an outlet in the cab and in the bed, as well as a rear USB console. We'll also add an acoustic windshield, all-weather floor mats, ambient lighting, bed tie-down locking rails with 2 locking brackets, spray-in bed liner, the Bang & Olufsen sound system with HD radio. That'll be an 8-speaker sound system with a subwoofer. 1 year included of connected navigation, dual rear USB ports, dual zone automatic climate control, the Ford Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, heated seats, a heated steering wheel, a power moonroof, a power sliding rear window, driver and front passenger illuminated vanity mirrors on the visors, a wireless charging pad, Pro Trailer Backup Assist, and Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. If you don't like the unique Lobo wheels, you can swap them for a more traditional looking 19-inch black painted aluminum for $100. You'll only have 4 exterior color options on the Lobo. You can choose between shadow black, Oxford white, carbonized gray, or velocity blue. You'll also have the option to include a black painted roof, but it is possible to get a body color roof as well. Next, we got the Lariat trim with a base price of $38,440, which will be the hybrid powertrain, but this time with standard all-wheel drive. Opting for the Ecoboost will actually lower the price by $1,650. Upgrading to the Lariat will be evident on the outside based on the high-gloss black painted grille and the 19-inch machine face bright aluminum wheels. On the inside, you'll have the Lariat exclusive smoked truffle ActiveX trimmed seats. Those will be heated. You also get that soft vinyl wrapped heated steering wheel, dual zone automatic climate control, an acoustic windshield, ambient lighting, Bang & Olufsen sound system with HD radio. There'll be 8 speakers with a subwoofer, a 360-degree camera, including trailer reverse guidance, a power sliding rear window with privacy glass, 400-watt, 110-volt outlets, one in the rear console and one in the truck bed, LED box lighting, a remote start system, and a standard spray and bed liner. Additional option packages for the Lariat will include The black appearance package for $1,645. This will give you 19-inch black painted aluminum wheels, black edition hood decal, black edition Ford logo in the front and back, a black painted roof, a unique gloss black grille, black painted mirrors, black interior seats, and some interior accents. You can also add the 4K tow package to the Lariat for $745. This will include a trailer brake controller, Class 3 trailer hitch with a 2-inch receiver and 4 and 7 pin connectors, transmission oil cooler, a higher capacity radiator on the gas model only, upgraded cooling fan, and a full-size spare tire. Exterior color options on the Lariat will include shadow black, Oxford white, carbonized gray metallic, desert sand, velocity blue, space white, eruption green. For an extra $390, you can choose ruby red, and for an additional $495, you can choose azure gray. Your interior color options will be either that smoked truffle or black if you opt for the black appearance package. Last, we've got the Tremor. With a base MSRP of $40,995, it is only available with the 2-liter Ecoboost and the advanced all-wheel drive system. As far as basic features, this will essentially include the same as the Lariat, but with enough added styling bits and goodies to earn the title of a dedicated off-road model. You'll get standard all-terrain tires, that advanced 4-wheel drive system with the twin clutch rear drive unit, off-road tuned suspension, 2K trailer hitch receiver with a 4-pin connector, a heavy-duty transmission cooler, Ford's trail control with 1-pedal drive. This will also be the only Maverick model to get a standard full-size spare tire without an additional option package. The Tremor will also get you 17-inch machine-faced tarnished dark aluminum wheels with orange painted pockets, a unique style grille with Tremor orange accents, exposed front tow hooks, ActiveX trim seats with electric spice orange stitching, Tremor instrument panel and floor console accents, and all-weather floor mats. Your exterior color options on the Tremor will be shadow black, Oxford white, carbonized gray, desert sand, velocity blue, space white, eruption green. For an additional $390, you can choose ruby red, or for an additional $495, you can choose azure gray. Let's put these different variations into some context using the 5-year true cost to own metric from Edmunds.com. This proprietary metric takes into account insurance, maintenance, repairs, taxes and fees, financing, depreciation, and predicted fuel costs. This does assume 15,000 miles per year of driving and will vary based on location. So if you're really interested in these numbers, I'd suggest you go look into this for yourself. Right off the bat, you'll notice some huge differences between the trim levels, and this would be because it appears Edmunds is factoring in the base powertrain and drivetrain, meaning the XL and XLT models are assuming front-wheel drive and hybrid. The Lariat is assuming hybrid all-wheel drive, and the Lobo and Tremor are obviously considering the Ecoboost and all-wheel drive setup. The biggest reason for the differences, if you haven't figured it out already, is the predicted fuel costs. We can see that the hybrid front-wheel drive Maverick will be significantly cheaper to fuel than the gas models, which should come as no surprise. The Lobo comes in the highest, though, just barely, probably due to the 7-gear ratios versus 8 for all the other trims equipped with the Ecoboost 4-cylinder. Of the configurations available on the Edmunds True Cost to Own metric, we also figured out the predicted residual value after 5 years and 75,000 miles, and we can see that the XLT hybrid front-wheel drive is best suited to retain the most value compared to the others. Specialized Tremor then Lobo trims are not too far behind, but it's the more luxe-equipped Lariat that will see a steeper drop in value over time compared to the other trims. Now let's look at nationwide inventory. If you're good with the pre-refresh design, it's worth noting there are still many 2024 Maverick models to be had, hopefully at a good discount. However, if you're eyeing one of the more updated 2025 models, you should have plenty to choose from. XLT models will offer the most availability regardless of which engine and drivetrain you're after, and more inventory should yield easier negotiations. The Tremor model will be the most exclusive, and despite the Lariat's standard hybrid configuration, it will actually be easier to come by an Ecoboost model. So now that we've got the whole picture, let's talk about which one might be best for you. But first, let's talk about what the Maverick is and what it isn't. The Maverick is meant to be accessible and practical for those looking to do some truck things, but maybe at a lower price point, with better fuel economy and something that will more easily fit in tight spaces. It does pretty much all these things exactly as prescribed. However, despite a respectable amount of capability, given its compact size and unibody construction, the Maverick is not going to match a Ranger or F-150 in terms of capability when it comes to truck things, and the price you pay should reasonably go along with that. Starting with the XL, this is a base model by definition, and I suspect more and more of these to be sold as basic fleet vehicles due to their very low price point and low operating costs thanks to the excellent fuel economy. While one could argue this trim makes the most sense given the Maverick's assignment, most buyers would probably be left feeling a bit shortchanged on some of the missing features for a brand new 2025 vehicle. With just a small step up in price to the XLT, let's talk about why this trim is the sweet spot for a majority of buyers. The XLT is a level where most features offered on the Maverick start to become standard or at least able to be added. Between the optional Lux package, the FX4 off-road focus package, and the black appearance package, this should be able to be outfitted with many different uses in mind. Plus, you've got all the different powertrain and drivetrain options available. Plentiful inventory and the best expected residual value makes this a solid starting point for anyone looking at a Maverick. Next, let's talk the Lobo. There's a ton to love here, even if this doesn't make the best value proposition. The styling won't be to every buyer's taste, but for those of us who wish we could still get a Focus RS or even ST this side of the Atlantic Ocean, the team behind this Maverick Lobo was doing their best to scratch that itch, even if it does come in small pickup truck form. This is going to be a special trim for those not as worried about truck stuff, but instead for someone who'd probably rather be driving a Golf GTI if they didn't regularly need a truck bed for their job or home projects. This is aimed at enthusiasts, and if it doesn't make sense, then it isn't for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Next, we've got the Lariat. While the appeal for this makes sense given the much nicer appointments, especially inside, the price point for this one might lead to someone questioning if they'd be better off stepping up to a lower spec Ranger or even F-150. The benefits of the Maverick obviously hold, but it seems like this just may be for a more specific customer. Last, the Tremor. Ford has been growing the Tremor branding for a while now, and they're putting out some cool stuff. The great thing about this one is giving buyers a much cheaper entry into something so off-road focused. That being said, the off-road capabilities do come at the expense of some of the capability in other areas like reduced towing and payload capacities. Similar to the Lobo, this is something meant to be special. That being said, there's so many to pick from, and everyone has different tastes and different needs, so let us know in the comments below which one you choose. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, all in good fun, life's too short to drive a base model.